Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials. Good morning, it's 9 o'clock on Friday the 10th of September. Just making my way down to the land, and as always, not quite sure what we're going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, here we are down on the land. The more observant of you will notice a change in colour of the car. It's no longer blue because it's a different car. It's going to be a very, very fast visit today. It's Friday rather than the usual weekend because I'm actually off work today. A friend of mine is flown in from overseas and will be flying back out again shortly. So in a couple of hours I'll be heading down to London to have a few drinks and something to eat and a bit of a catch up with him. So really looking forward to that, but I can't neglect my duties, particularly the chickens and particularly watering the plants because this weather just is so weird. Anyway, let me get in the cabin, get unlocked. I'll have a quick catch up. I'll get my chores done, but it will be a short video today, and I'm doubting highly there'll be anything before Sunday because I'll be late home tomorrow. Just opening up the cabin, I've just dropped off 3 more bags of wood shavings for the chickens, the compost toilet, etc. And I've dumped them on here because I need to open the polytunnel up, but I've got a couple of extra bags of compost as well. So let me get those quickly sorted out and I'll join you in the cabin for a quick chat. Well, first things first, as usual, sort chickens out. We're missing one. These little red ones. They just hang around me waiting like I'm going to do something different. But yeah, there's a grey one missing. It must be inside the coop doing the morning egg production. I have got some greenery, a bit of a treat for them. I'll pop that in before I go. But I need to get cracking. Time is very short today. Well, apologies for the rush this morning, but I am literally here. I'll not even be here an hour, I don't think. I've already run round the polytunnel and given that a quick water. I've just fed the chickens. I'll need to just check their water before I leave, and I've got some greenery for them as well. But I really just wanted to do a quick catch up. I'm praying I can get this out in time before I set off down to London today. So there won't be a video on Saturday morning, unless of course this doesn't upload in time. I end up putting this out on Saturday, if that makes sense. But I just did want to say hi, just in case people were wondering where I was tomorrow. And it's been a strange week weather-wise, but it's a bit of a strange week coming up as well. So with that in mind, I just wanted to push this short video out. It's September 11 tomorrow, so that's the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and I wanted to reach out to everybody that was affected by that in the States and just say that our thoughts are with you on this anniversary date. And also take the opportunity to just remind everybody that, you know, stuff happens, and 9 times out of 10 stuff happens without warning. Weather events, yes, you might get a heads up. You might not necessarily know how dramatic the event might be, but other kinds of events like financial or economic collapse, it can lumber on, then all of a sudden, just overnight, all hell breaks loose and there's a massive crisis. Same thing with terrorist attacks or other natural disasters, things like earthquakes, power outages. Nobody tells you they're coming, they just happen. So the message I wanted to push out today was really to just plan today for what might happen tomorrow, because you never know. You can wake up in the morning and the world can be a completely different place from how it was when you went to bed the previous night. As preppers we get that, and that's why we do what we do. we are always preparing for some kind of future disaster, whether it's a small scale thing, a temporary power outage, temporary shortage as we had with COVID of availability of foods and essentials in the shops, but also for longer term impact of events. You know, power might not go out for a day, power might go out for a week, or if it's a big disaster, it might go out for a month or more. Weather events such as flooding, earthquakes, things like that, you can't depend on it being a short-term fix. Government does not, although they would try and convince you otherwise, government does not have the capacity to take on these big events and make everything okay tomorrow. American cousins will know that the 9/11 attacks, which the anniversary is tomorrow, things didn't go back to normal the next day. It was weeks, months, and in case of buildings, it was years before things went back to normal. We have smaller scale natural disasters here in the UK, so flooding. Some areas in previous years have been without power and without services literally for months. And indeed, some of the houses were not able to be occupied for years. So, although it's short and sweet, I just didn't want to leave you in the lurch this weekend with nothing and wondering what was going on. But I really did think that this weekend, people's minds will be casting back to historic events that have happened over recent years and indeed decades. So it's a good opportunity to just pump that message out about preparing for tomorrow, because you honestly do not know when you go to bed tonight. Hopefully you'll wake up and everything will be good in the world, but you never know, and that's why we do what we do as preppers. And if you're not prepping now, take a little time to think about it. Just reflect on what I've said. Reflect this weekend on what happened 20 years ago and has happened since, regularly since. Not quite on the same scale, but you get the message. These things do happen. They do happen frequently, and you never know what the impact is going to be. It might be short term. Things might be fine in a couple of days, but they might not. It could be weeks or months, or God help us, if the real worst happened, it could be years before we were able to get back to how things used to be, if indeed they ever do go back to how things used to be. If you take a look at COVID, we all thought that was over now, but I see in the news today, Mr. Biden over in the US is issued an order. Anybody who works in government has to have their COVID jabs. Contractors who work for government have to have their COVID jabs. If they don't, they lose the job. How much of a crisis would that be if your job ended tomorrow? So take a little time to reflect over the weekend. I'll crack on with my jobs. I've got to fill the water containers up that I've just emptied in the polytunnel. A couple of bits in the garden room to water as well. Pop my compost and my sawdust away. Sort out the chickens' water. Give them the greenery. The list is never ending. And I have a very short time to do it. So I'll quickly have a run round the garden with you in case we don't get a chance to do that at the weekend. Hopefully I will be back on Sunday to some kind of normality, and we might have a video out on Sunday, but I just didn't want to miss the opportunity now to put out this short message. So we'll run round and then I'll get on with the rest of my day. Apologies, this will be a very quick run round. Garden room, strawberries are doing what they're doing, putting out lots of these little runners to make baby plants for me next year. Sweet potato, the second bucket I planted, don't seem to be doing a great deal, in all honesty. The first one it's putting out these quite lengthy vines. That's had a bit of a sun scorch during this week, where we've had these ridiculous temperatures. Cabbage that are transplanted, doing very well, strong and healthy. Lots of more cabbages coming through in these trays. I'm going to have to, perhaps on Sunday, get those transplanted out. Raised beds, I emptied those 2 potato barrels over the last few weeks. I've got one left to go. Do I do that Sunday or do I leave it for another week? Big debate, as it is with these other potato barrels. I'm quite convinced that they will be ready for lifting. The ones I planted for succession planting coming along nicely, though, as you can see here, the scorching temperatures we've had this week have taken the toll on this one. Even though I have been watering, these other two are coming on nicely. They'll all need banking up at some point, probably on Sunday. No signs yet in the last one I planted, but fingers crossed that will produce. Corns, got corn cobs coming. There's one there, there's another big one here. There's a couple more around here somewhere. Oh, there we go, look, there's two down here. And I was fairly convinced there was another one. Oh, there it is, it's buried back here, look, in there. So we'll see, I guess. They are definitely coming. It's dependent on the weather now as to how well or not they produce. Polytunnel has really suffered this week with these scorching temperatures. I've really tried to keep on top of it, but as you can see from these leaves, there's been a lot of blistering going on. Lots of fruit still. I picked some yesterday, and I've still got a lot coming through that are ripening off. The real big bonus is the carrots. I mean, they're doing extremely well. I'll be lifting one of those on Sunday for sure. And again, we've got succession planting in various stages coming through for winter months. So, apologies for the rush. That is it. As you can see, we have got this bloody scorching sun again today. We had about 15 minutes of rain last night, and that was it. It was literally there and then gone, all in the space of 15 minutes. I don't imagine it's put much in to the water tanks. Let's take a quick look. You see how easy I get distracted? I am on a real mission today, time-wise, to get away, but I keep getting distracted. Where are we? 175 litres in each, which is better than it was. So that little 15 minutes yesterday has put something in there, but not a great deal. We do need some proper rain. So I'll quickly get in, check the chickens' water, make sure they're okay. I'll pop the greenery out as well. And have we still got anybody in the nest box? Because oh, there we go, look, there's two. Hello, chickens. It's okay, don't get all stressed. Oh, there's another one in there. They're all in the same box. Oh dear. Right, I'll get my greenery and feed them that might tempt them out. I did clear out eggs yesterday, so I'm not expecting any this morning. Clearly they were just in there starting production. But yeah, let me crack on. Well, it's crazy time in the chicken coop. What's this? Come on. There's too much on the floor already. They're not interested in my hand. Cockerel's leading a merry dance as usual, saying, come for this bit, come for this bit. Come on, little red one. You know you want to have a look. It's a bit hard for them, actually, in all honesty. It's not like the lettuce. Come on then. Oh dear, right. I'm sorry, chickens, I'm in a rush. I'll leave you to it. Well, that's it for today. Chickens are happy pecking around with their greenery. We're all locked up. That sawdust's away, the compost's away, polytunnel's locked up. It is a mad rush today. All of the normal stuff that I do on a Friday, which is extensive. Did all the normal mundane chores in the house last night when I got home from work after I'd popped in here to water. I ran out quickly this morning as soon as the shops opened, got my normal shopping in for the weekend and for the week ahead, So now back home, quick wash, get changed, get in the car for a 4-hour drive down to see my mate. The farmer's got a harvest there, looks like potatoes in that big truck. Yeah, long rush down the motorway, but it will be worth it. I've not seen my mate for ages, far too long. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, hope you are staying safe and well, and looking forward to your weekend starting tonight, and I hope I'll catch up with you at some point over the weekend. Well, that's it for this video, short but sweet. Apologies for the rush round today, but I didn't want to just kind of leave you guys hanging until possibly Sunday or even Monday, depending on the internet connection. So thanks for bearing with me on this. Hope you have a great weekend wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I hope you do stay safe, and please do take the time to just reflect on the message today. Be prepared for tomorrow, because you never know when a crisis might occur. Got any thoughts? Leave them in the comment section below, but for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.